Well, good morning, business community. Welcome to Stroke of Genius Show Executive Experience. Have I got a treat for you today? Many times I meet many business people, but really, people do business with people. And my guest today, I would do business with because of her purpose. Her purpose is doing just what she does, a legacy wealth strategist, Kris Miller. So I am just it's a passion of hers to help you. So when you work with Kris Miller, you work with a person who cares about what your legacy is and what your wealth is doing. So let me bring her on along.
Welcome to the Stroke of Genius Show, Executive Experience. And now, here's your host, CEO Aaron Avila.
Well, good morning, Kris Miller.
Hey there, Aaron. Great to be here, and thanks for all those kind words.
You're an amazing person. I usually when I watch hours of guests before doing research, I felt myself enthralled with what your shows and what you're doing. And I think really impressed me the most, Kris, is your purpose. Why you do what you do, introduce yourself to be what you do, and then I'll get into it. We'll get into it.
All right, all right. Well, right. The power of purpose, doing well by doing good. Basically, I wrote a song about that. And I'm a legacy wealth strategist, so I've been in practice 33 years and over 6,000 clients. I stopped counting, did a lot of estate planning, living trust, and safe money. And those that did safe money, no one on my watch has ever lost a dime in any market risk. So I do something that's not common. I don't gamble money. I do safe money. So it's not talked about. It's actually been buried in the mainstream noise. And it's such an amazing thing that I've just basically dedicated this part of my life to share healthy money with people because honestly, Aaron, I see millions of people about to go off a cliff and nobody is telling them about it. They're just saying, "Okay, keep going that way. Everything's fine." But it's not fine. People need to pay attention right now because there's a lot of changes going on behind the scenes that people don't understand. So it's my joy and inspiration to be here and share that with you and your group here.
Chris, I think it's such an amazing thing, and that is part of your genius. I'm getting to get into that a little bit more because to me, I told you in the chat that I find that so fascinating about you because people do business with people they can trust. And I'm here to tell you, people, Kris has a passion for. Now, when I understand you're working in different business, seeing people driving off a cliff financially, dying. Tell me a little bit about what brought you to this place.
That's great. Aaron, when I first started, I was paralegal in 1991 or 2, I think it was. And I was working with an attorney, and we were at a senior center. We were doing a living trust for a widow, and all she had was a car and a house and no money. And this is 91, 92, 1991 or 2. And the attorney wanted to charge her $5,000. I'm like, "Okay," and I kinda stepped back, she went out of the room, and I said, "Hey, can you give her a deal?" And he looked at me cold as ice. "No." And that hit me, and I said goodbye. That pushed me into creating my business where I started Trust Unlimited, and my goal was to make it easy for the average person to get a living trust. And I pushed the envelope because, back, 30, 40 years ago, everybody was under the, "Oh, only an attorney can make a living trust." Living trusts have been around since the Middle Ages, so it's not a new thing, right? But then what I saw was after I'm doing this for a decade, then another decade, then another decade, people would come into my office, and don't be offended if this is you because everybody's this way. They come in and they go, 50, 60, 70, and start their retirement plan. And it kind of took me a few decades to kind of get it. Like,
Yeah.
right, what is going on here? Why are they waiting? Oh, you go to school, you learn how to make money, you get out of school. What do? You go make money and give it to somebody else to gamble, right? And so then I saw, because I've done this 3 decades, it's like a roulette wheel. Will it be up or down when you retire? I hate that. I don't like that uncertainty. I like to be in peace. So I took time out and I was feeling, Aaron, so responsible. Like, these are these people's estates, their life. I don't want to mess anything up. But I also don't want to do something that I don't believe in and I don't own, right? So I learned about safe money. And I'm kind of a pioneer on the topic there, and that's why I have my podcast Money 911 to broadcast this so we can help people.
Yeah, and you wrote a book. Let's bring that because I really want people to tell us about the book.
Well, thank you. It is. I don't know if it could show on these blue screen thing, but ready. There you go. You're a pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Ready for pre-retirement. 3 secrets for safe money and a fabulous future. Now, I say pre-retirement, it meant plan retirement early, right? So your health, your wealth, and your peace of mind is there when you need it. But over these 33 decades, right, I've seen 3 things that people miss. I don't care if you're a multimillionaire or you're living paycheck to paycheck. The 3 things that people miss are protection of assets from catastrophic illness, long-term care, right? Probate, and the Great Recession. And people are really vulnerable. They don't realize that their 401k and their IRA is all in the Wall Street casino, right? So that's
Right.
what I focus on.
Right. The Wall Street, I love that Wall Street Casino. I don't think I've ever
Right.
heard it called that before. But
Yeah,
we have another financial person on her named Scott White, and I think I'm really, really impressed with your integrity. The purpose of the reason you do what you do is to help people. You
that's right.
saw a need, you saw a problem, or a critical problem. I'm a prime example. Things in life happen.
Right.
I wasn't financially prepared for this. So you can imagine what stroke has done. But this could happen to anybody out there.
That's
So
right.
I want to encourage people as talk to Kris. I want to bring up one thing. She's been wanting to get a free fitness, financial fitness evaluation of you. Please scan the code, set up an appointment with Kris. Kris, what can they expect with this financial fitness evaluation?
What I do is I ask you, we get together and I'll ask you your age, your health, your wealth, and your goals. Believe it or not, I'm not charging you for this. It takes about, 20 minutes, half an hour. Then I'll go research and my team puts together some illustrations. Then we hop on a Zoom and I'll share my screen and I will give you a little mini class on what is safe money and how it relates to your age and your health and your wealth. And literally, you'll walk away with a plan. And guess what? I send it to you with other things for you to read and watch. I got some videos too. And then you'll be able to put some questions together. And then we get back together and go from there. So that's called a financial fitness strategy session to get your assets in shape, right? And, and it's complimentary. I am not charging. I had a few people, in the C-suite network. So you're not charging.
Right.
Well, at this point, people need help. So it's a good way for us to start a conversation. And if I can help you, great. I'm here to serve.
So wait, Kris, I gotta move me away because I thought you did charge on the back end when you
Oh,
provide
yeah,
you don't charge that initial consultation and
I know.
evaluation.
Right. Isn't that crazy? If and how do I make my money? Well, if you get a living trust, I charge for the trust, right? and it includes the trust and powers of attorney for financial health care, pour over living will, the whole package like a binder full of documents. If you do an insurance product, I get a commission. That's how I make my money. But I don't charge you to talk to you and show you the things that could help you. So you'll literally have something to learn and study and possibly put into action because people don't know what they don't know, Aaron. So this allows them to wrap around new topics because there's a lot of education to it. Another reason why, I have a course called Create Income You'll Never Outlive that down the road we'll talk about that. But this is a good, easy stepping stone for people that they can literally hop on. They can go to meetwithkrismiller.com and just hop right on my calendar.
Yeah, I think it probably the thing that strikes me the most is that you're providing a service before you charge people anything. You really care about people. You care about the finances. And I, like many, many others, go to school, never learn
Y-
anything about
Yeah.
finance, the future planning, all that. So, what is the ideal client for you? What's the ideal age they should come see you?
Well, I've been working with usually 30, 40 to 70, 80. I've actually worked with people at 90. I get a lot of 50s and 60s, a lot of women, but you'd be surprised right now. A lot of the younger people are waking up, and I have things to show them that they can literally set up tax free income. I had a kid, he was 38. He put $500 in a month to like an investable life insurance. The money came out tax free. Guess how much it was at retirement? 80 to $100,000 tax free for life with only $500 a month. So there's these what they call secrets of the 1%, but ways that we can empower people to learn these things and create cash that's tax free they'll never outlive. So the younger people can really get into some really amazing things. So each age has its own special unique tool.
Chris, that really brings the question to me now. You deal with the younger person, help them strategize and get their economy. So, what do you do with people that maybe are in a lot of parts of their life now, not planning? Is there hope for them?
There's hope for everybody because, there's ways that I can show people how to find cash or how to create cash. People are living paycheck to paycheck. We're living inflation. The whole system is resetting. But even people that like have all their money in the stock market and maybe they don't have, the youth that there are great products pretty much that I use equity index annuities and I've never lost a dime in any market risk. These products have been around since the Middle Ages, that only the wealthy have known about them till like, 30, 40 years. So there's some really, and it depends on their age, their health, their wealth, and what the goals are. So there's something for everybody. There's even something for somebody 90 that doesn't want all their money to be lost in the stock market casino. So I really customize according to people's goals and age and health.
Well, like you, I like it. I have a vision. I'm not wealthy yet, but it's coming
Okay.
soon. I knew for a fact. And I will be seeing you personally
Right.
because I knew for a Stroke TV media is showing every signs of being what you would call a good investment. But, you know, Chris, I'm curious. What is the most common mistake you see out there? What is it? What are you seeing out there?
Well, okay. Really, like here right now, half of boomers have no savings. Okay? Boomers are retiring right now. And that means that's the trend everywhere. Nobody's saving. And it's like we're gonna do this thing later. It's shocking. And people are in this credit card and using credit cards and getting into more debt. Stop. Right? If you can't pay for it, back off. Start to get in control of your finances. And some of the tips that we show people and create income you'll never outlive. There are ways that you can get a hold of this. But number one, I would say is savings, Aaron. People really don't save. And they're, well, I don't have any money. I live paycheck to paycheck. And I say, okay, let me show you this. There's a little trick called um, I'll show you money. You just keep track of your money for 2 weeks to, a month. And then take all your receipts, add them all up, and then you put discretionary and non-discretionary. And then you add them up, you'll find money. Look, you don't need the extra purse. You don't need the extra Starbucks. You know what I mean? You don't need to go out to, lunch every day. And you'll find a few $100s. Then you take that money and then you put it in your DNT account, which means do not touch.
Right.
Right? Start saving. That's number one.
Right. That's really, I think probably it's so funny because being a one that's be in there, gonna be there. I had a stroke, but if people do not plan and prepare for health difficulties later in life, because they do
Right.
come, I'm a prime example of that. But what amazes me, they do not teach us in school.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And, honestly, right, I write inspirational music. I thought I was just going to go on a tour singing. But when I saw the need for the kids, that's part of my heart is creating these courses to help teach financial literacy to youth, to our, middle-aged people, right? To all ages, because nobody's taught. You'd be surprised how many multimillionaires are clueless. I had one guy, he had $44 million in real estate and no living trust, right? It's crazy because people don't know. And that's why I have a course called Create Income. You'll never outlive. We're going to get it in schools. And we have a version that's for our ages. And it doesn't matter. You don't have to have good health to be able to get your money out of risk and put it into a place where you never lose your principal. You're going to make like 2 to 3% more in interest than in inflation. It's tax deferred and you can take it out as an income. So what I found, because I've owned these products for 30 years, it doubles and triples my money in payout. So even if you have a little bit, like in a 401k or IRA, there's some very creative ways that you can roll that out of risk and blow it up. And because it's inside of an insurance product, they're able to guarantee higher rates in a payout, which literally will double the money. Triple if you have longevity.
Wow, great.
Yeah.
Something that amazes me, you say, and I'm gonna repeat you, I think, I never decline to lose a dime.
Right. Right.
And that's amazing for a
I know.
financial person, that's amazing to say.
Well, I'm proud because I feel like I've been blessed by God to learn something that isn't common. Most financial planners, what they know is you got to risk your money to make money. That's how my dad was very successful. And in his day, he was born in 1919. But, in his days, the stock market was great. He made like 10% average. But then around the 60s and 70s, it all shifted and that market never really came to where my dad was. So the planning that I do is not you've got to risk your money. It's put a bottom on your money and let it just go up. So the kind of products I use are, look, if the market goes up 2%, you get 2%. The market goes down 2%, nothing happens. So your principal is protected and you can create income or you can just have growth. Some of these products have long-term care in them, which, 7 out of 10 of us when we're 65 end up in a nursing home. So these are really important. And like you said, Aaron, we don't know what's going to happen to us. I had a brain thing. I had a pituitary tumor, and I had a brain injuries and PTSD and things like that. And so nothing like you've experienced. And you are such a witness to people, an inspiration that you just overcome the challenge and doing what you're assigned and called to do. It's so inspiring, and that's what we're supposed to do is take all these challenges to help people. So, yes, it's true. I've never lost one dime in any market risk, and I can show you how to do that really easy.
That is amazing, Chris. I mean, I can't wait. There's something I want to really focus on the latter part of the show, and because there's something I don't normally hear out there in the financial world. You baseline want your clients for put a foundation of mindset of abundance. Could you please expand a little bit on that, please?
It blows my mind, honestly, how much everything is mindset, of course, as a man thinks, right? He is, but it's so true. And the power of gratitude and the power of the attitude is your latitude, right? But inside of that, and there's a lot of behavioral health that I find that I deal with, and I've created another program called Shift Your Life group coaching because a lot of it's mindset. And I got to tell you, Aaron and I have spent more time coaching people on their mindset than filling out applications because people get emotionally attached. They're emotionally attached to the money. What is the money? Money is just energy, right? Green energy. That's all it is. It's energy that allows you to do what you want to do, create dreams, right? Build your family, go on vacations. That's what it's for. It lets you do that. But people's mindsets are so broken and they're so disempowered around it and attached. Like, my husband always banked a bank of whatever. I'm never going to leave that bank. And people, but it's horrible. You're paying taxes on money you're losing at that bank, right? So they don't really understand that. And there's a lot of breakthrough that I have to do with people inside of money. Now, not everybody's there, but you'd be surprised more people are broken in their mindset around money, which really means they're broken around their mindset in health, wealth, and peace of mind. Now, when you get these things in order, it gives you peace of mind. Imagine that you have some money, right, Aaron? And you're never going to outlive it. You're never going to lose it in the stock market, right? And that's pretty comforting since we spend most of our time working for money, right? But you shift, and the idea is to shift the mindset into empowering and helping others. And when that happens, that the whole business changes. Aaron, I think it was like in midlife for me. I had a successful business, and then I got to the point of like, you could only drink one cup of coffee. Like, how can I take these gifts that I have and help others? So when I shifted my business to give back, my business changed. It got even bigger. And it really wasn't my intent that way. It was really to help people. But the business did get better, bigger because of helping people. When you give, you receive. It's the law of the universe, real simple, right?
Well, yeah, you mentioned several of my research I've done. Yeah, I was listening to you. You talk about that. The law of reciprocity, the energy of the universe does the mindset, the power of the mind, the law of abundance.
Right.
If you think you're lacking, you always will be. If you think you never will succeed, you never will. Henry Ford, I remember I read a quote. It said, "What do you believe you can and what do you believe you can't? Both are correct." And I think mindset's paramount. So I'm going to let me bring up the QR code. I encourage everybody to schedule this free financial fitness evaluation progress. When you watch this a replay, scan the barcode, set an appointment, start now. Don't wait. Yeah, and Chris, now you mentioned a couple of courses.
Right.
Please tell me about the course you have available, and then where people go to find them.
Well, in the next few weeks, we're going to be launching Create Income You'll Never Outlive. I'm pretty proud of it. I've had one of my partners has helped me create it. It does the videos for the Academy Awards. So it's very high level and it's 7 modules. It's a 12-week program. We meet once a week and there's 7 modules with training. There's a lot of mindset in there and we go through an actual course where we do hands-on. You got homework. It's like you're going to get financial literacy really fast, which you need it really fast right now. And then there's 50 videos, little short videos like that you can like understand what's this, what's that, because none of us, the majority of us, don't really understand money. And you'd be surprised. Very wealthy people really don't. They give their money to somebody else to manage, right? So this is a way to empower people. And what I found, Aaron, is so many people are disempowered around their money. I'll go, where's your 401k? And they'll go, oh, well, it's at Merrill Lynch or whatever, right? And then, well, where is it? Well,
Yeah.
it's in an IRA, right? But they don't really know where it is. And then they're embarrassed. And don't be embarrassed. Don't be intimidated. Nobody knows, or few people know. So the course, you can go to Start Create Income You'll Never Outlive. That's a little landing page. Put your name in there. And you'll be on the list when we launch. There'll be an Academy Award video coming out soon. I got to share it over at C-Suite, and the reviews were shocking. That was beyond 5 stars. Everybody was like, "Really?" Because it is empowering. We're going to be able to take it into schools, but it's for all ages. So we have a program for all ages. Create Income You'll Never Outlive. Go to Start Create Income You'll Never Outlive.com. And then you can sign up there. And then like that QR code, it's meetwithkrismiller.com. I can tell you about the program. I can do the complimentary financial fitness strategy session with you. Aaron, you are such a blessing. And I really feel honored that you're giving me your platform to be able to share with your community, because we all need this. And especially now that in the next few years, you're not going to recognize this money system. I'm not going to even open up that can of worms this time. We'll come back and talk about that one later, but right.
Yeah, my wife, I know it's strange, but the digital currency that's coming, and again, we're not going to get into that,
Right.
but there's a base shift in financial mortality and financial future.
Yes.
So I encourage you to get a hold of Kris.
Yes.
Schedule for your fitness evaluation, financial fitness, and definitely won't it be worth your time. I'm so excited to see you bringing that to school, because I think out of all my life, I look back, this is one of the main things they never taught us at school, and I'm so happy you're going to help teach your children.
It's so in our face, right? I mean, we're spending all of our life working for money with no idea what it is and how to make it grow better. And there's a few of us that do, but not the majority. And so why not empower everybody around their money? Because money is just a tool. It's an instrument. It's not the end all be all, right? I mean, I'm not living to make money. I'm living to meet people like you, Aaron, to have a heart connection. Because when I have clients say, hey, you saved my money. Hey, you gave me life. Hey, you gave me my faith back. I'm like, that's my money. I get to take that wherever I go. If the banks fall, I still have that gold in my heart. Now, I do have ways to get around this system that's changing the best that we can, because we're really in a walk of faith, because the powers that be are changing it behind the scenes. And so there are places that you need to get. Look, I live in California, you live in California, and we're in a fire area. I got a little to-go bag in my closet, right? I'm ready to go. Or earthquake. You got to be like that with your Money 911. That's my podcast, right? Money 911. Get your money in a 911 ready state. And there's a little stepping stones that I'll share with you when you hop on the phone and talk with me, and I don't charge for that. Is that crazy or what? Well, what goes around comes around. I know that I do good work, and that's how I've been successful because everybody refers their friends and their families and their parents, right? So it's been such an honor because I I write inspirational music. And I really thought that was the way that I was going to change the world. And I do sing and speak. I'm a national speaker, but it's to me right now, it's so important that people have healthy money so they can have happy life, right?
That is so awesome. What a heart. I love your heart.
Oh,
That's great.
thank
Love your energy. It's great. Energy is awesome.
thank you,
But
brother.
I wanted to think, we're down to the end, but I will
Oh,
tell you, Chris, I could keep going because
I
I
know.
found this topic fascinating. But you also had a C-suite council, don't you?
Yes, yes, I've been honored. Jeffrey Hazelett invited me to host my podcast on the C-Suite Network and the TV show. So we have some 100 videos up there. I'm on YouTube, and I'm in the a thought leader council. So I am working on a council called Conscious Giving Council. So the course is going to go into a council so that we can use this green energy to help change the world and bring peace on earth.
Wow, that is awesome. I gotta ask you, that's a perfect ending, but I will say one thing. The problem a lot we have is that we talk about relationship with money, and you talk about money being green energy. Could you please? We're gonna go a few minutes over because
Sure.
I want to know this personally. Why do you call money a green energy?
Well, money is an instrument, right? And no, the color of it is green, but that's changing too. The dollar is not going to be on the top anymore. They're going, have you noticed all the big banks are buying gold? Hello, right? Bricks and all of that story. But money is an instrument. Money is a tool. All it does is it lets you create dreams, right? Or create realities or send your kids to college or trade school or whatever it is. That's all it is an energy. Well, if your energy, your spirit isn't connected, one with God and you're not in that consciousness of giving first, then you live in a depleted energy, which means you could have all the millions in the world. We've seen that, right? That doesn't buy you happiness. Lots of money doesn't buy you love. But having the right spiritual mindset where your heart and mind are woven together, that creates a consciousness. I think we're all supposed to be in the God Christ consciousness. We're supposed to be in spirit. We've diminished. We're living in we're a light bulb that's been dimmed down, but in the beginning, we were like light. That's the way I think about it. I believe that my body's like my little car I'm driving around in. I do have everlasting life. That's my belief. I believe in Christ. That's how I think. But that is a consciousness that you can put inside of everything. And so when you see like this vision of conscious giving counsel, the minute that started to consciously develop, people started to show up in my life that weren't in my life, that were maybe at a higher level in the world or positioned so that all of these things that are coming into the dream can manifest. So the money's a tool. It's an instrument that will let me open the door and let me bring in a lot of people into a room that's been locked. It's been only the certain kind of people are allowed in this room. Let's open up the door and give all the information to everybody freely. So that's an energy and that's a spirit of giving, because what goes around comes around. So that's what I show people how to do. It isn't just put your money here and la la la, but it is a whole lifestyle. Guess what, Aaron? Another thing that I do is I'm with my clients for life. So I call the ones that have done the healthy money with me. I call them every year I check on them. I have a lot of widows and widowers. Hey, I'm a widow. I live alone, right? It's nice to have someone that you could talk to that cares about you. And I check on them, and it's so fulfilling, and they're so grateful. So it's a full holistic, as they say, right? Covers everything: health, wealth, and peace of mind.
Chris, it's amazing talking with you. The energy I get from you is amazing. I want to say it's been a pleasure having you on the show. Now let's end it. How do people? What's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Well, that's thank you, Aaron, and that's really sweet of you to let me be able to give my phone number is a great way. You can call 951-926-4158. Or if you want to speed up the process, you can just hop right on my calendar. You might want to skip next week. It's really busy and get on my calendar at meetwithkrismiller.com. That's KRIS Miller.com. That gets you on my calendar. My email is Kris, KRIS, at healthymoneyhappylife.com. And visit my website, healthymoney.com. Also, if you want to get the preview of Create Income You'll Never Outlive, start Create Income, and you can sign up there too.
All right. Well, Chris, been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you.
Aaron, it's been a complete honor. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Have a great day, honey.
You too, brother. Thank you.